When you think of the KarJenners, relatable probably isn't the first word that comes to mind. The mega-rich family has been broadcasting their personal lives on TV for over a decade, and because of that, they've amassed a ton of wealth. But despite their opulent lifestyles, the KarJenners still manage to be so relatable. I'll tell you how right now. Stick around and keep watching. Hey everyone, I'm Devin Howard. Before we get into the most relatable KarJenner moments ever, make sure you click subscribe, tap the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Now let's do this. The KarJenners are probably the most interesting family in the world. Each member of that family has become a mega celebrity, all because of the success of their reality show. The women have all branched out into different businesses like cosmetics, clothing, and even law to prove their place in the spotlight and also get that cash money. They're a pretty impressive bunch, that's for sure. Kylie Jenner is the youngest self-made billionaire. Khloe Kardashian has become a leader in the body positive movement. Kris Jenner has managed to spin each one of her daughters into an ultra successful and famous woman. Their sprawling mansions, driveways packed with luxury cars, and entourages of personal stylists and makeup artists doesn't exactly make them seem like your average family. In fact, they appear pretty far from it. But despite their fame and popularity, the Kardashian Jenners are really relatable, so let's take a look at some moments that'll have you saying, oh my gosh, that's so me. Starting off with the time Kendall Jenner clapped back at pregnancy rumors and proved that the struggle of a food baby is so real. When you're a celebrity, you're never immune to the baby bump rumors. Indulge in a little too much pasta or have a little bloat, and you're immediately at the center of speculations regarding your bun in the oven. This happened to Kendall not too long ago. She posted this selfie in a fitted dress, and people immediately began wondering if she was pregnant. The supermodel set the record straight by posting on her Twitter writing, "I just like bagels, okay? Girl, me too." So it wasn't a bun in the oven, just a bagel in the oven. Kendall's not the only KarJenner who finds carby food irresistible, so does Kim. But she possesses more self-control than I ever would. Years ago on New Year's Day, she tweeted out, "Was walking towards Cinnabon, but didn't want to start the new year with that as my first meal." I think we've all fallen victim to the wafting smell of Cinnabon at least once, or 100 times. Even Kim struggles to deny that sugary, cinnamony scent. But look, we know these ladies don't get their awesome figures eating whatever the hell they want. They follow strict diets and workout plans with the help of nutritionists and trainers. But they're also just like us the day before a diet, when they indulge in every cheat meal they can before it's time to cut calories. So the day before Kim committed to eating clean and working out regularly, she, Khloe, and Jonathan went on a food tour of New York City and pigged out on all the most delicious things you can imagine. They stopped for a slice at 2 different pizza joints.
This is amazing.
It's okay.
No, it's this.
Yeah, this isn't like...
No, but Joe's Pizza. Should we go to Joe's Pizza?
Sounds like my dream day.
Yeah, just a slice of cheese, please. I love your guys' pizza.
And then followed that up with a little dessert, because what's dinner without something sweet afterwards?
Now this is worth it, you guys. But now I feel like I need something sweet. I am dying for this.
Kim owned that diet starts tomorrow attitude, and honestly, nothing speaks to my soul quite like that. Then there was the time Kris Jenner got drunk in the afternoon and started prank calling random places, cause let's be real, we've all done this before. She and Khloe were wine tasting, and she had a few too many sips, which is when hilarity ensued.
Good afternoon, this is Kara. How can I direct your call?
Hello, can I please have Khloe Kardashian's room?
I don't see that I have her registered as a guest here at the hotel.
Oh, that's wild.
She might be the ultimate momager with millions to her name, but she still finds pleasure in the little things like a terrible drunken British accent and a prank call. She's not the only one who's delighted by pranking someone over the phone. You all know the infamous Todd Cranes calls. For years, Scott and Courtney pranked Kris by dialing her number and pretending to be a man named Todd Cranes, who is a real person, by the way.
Auntie Kris, it's me. It's Todd Cranes. Where are you?
No?
Todd Cranes. Auntie Kris, it's me.
Like, that has been me on so many occasions. To all the people I've prank called in my life, sorry, not sorry. On to a more serious matter, Kendall proved she was a normal person who suffers from insecurities like the rest of us. After strutting the red carpet at an awards show, Kendall was faced with a ton of criticism online from people who couldn't believe that she had acne. Instead of focusing on her gorgeous outfit or how confident she looked posing in front of all those cameras, people were zeroing in on the pimples on her face. We've all suffered from some zits here and there, but lucky for us, we didn't have to deal with it being broadcast to millions of people across the world. Unfortunately for the model, people weren't kind or sympathetic to her skin issues, which is really mean, by the way, but bullies are real, people. Celebrities are usually stuck with the worst of the trolls. The star did receive some positive tweets like this one. Okay, but Kendall Jenner showing up and strutting her acne while looking like a gorgeous star is what every girl needs to understand. Kendall responded saying, "Never let that stop you." Good advice. The truth is though, Kendall's self-esteem was drastically reduced after her breakout became everybody's business, so she turned it into an opportunity to make bank. You all remember that big announcement she teased for a while earlier this year? It was a proactive plug.
For me, I can honestly say that the magic was proactive.
Most people were pretty let down by this raw moment, but I think what we can all agree on is that it takes guts to be so open about an insecurity, and I think we've all felt the way Kendall did after that red carpet at least once or twice. The KarJenner family is super tight, we all know that, but that doesn't mean they don't duke it out every once in a while. If you grew up with sisters, you'll recognize this moment. Kendall and Kylie were getting ready for an event together when Kendall decided to borrow a dress. In the spirit of pettiness and a little sister rivalry, Kylie absolutely refused, causing a cat fight to start brewing between the two of them. Take a look.
Ray, I can't borrow this. No, I'm not going to dinner like this. I can't sit. So you can have someone go grab clothes from your house. You know, it's not necessary to borrow my. I'm just literally the biggest bitch I've ever met.
I have had many fights like this with my own sister. It is all too familiar. There's really no rhyme or reason why you don't want your sister to borrow your favorite jacket, or in Kylie's case, her favorite dress. You just don't want to, and nothing will change your mind. The older girls aren't immune to their fights too. Remember this iconic moment when Kim hit Khloe with her purse?
Don't be rude. Are you kidding me? I swear to God, don't be
What are
rude
you
and throw the thing on me. I'll hurt you. Don't do that.
Stop.
You don't know how real these fights can get until you're in one. Whether it's pinching, hair pulling, or slapping, at some point or another you've had a fight with your siblings just like this. The beautiful thing about it though is that despite the purse whacks and arm punches, you still manage to love each other and be best friends. But there was one major fight between the KarJenners that nearly destroyed their relationship. Last year, Kourtney wasn't cooperating with Kim's plans for their Christmas card photo shoot. She was being difficult about the timing of the shoot, which caused her and Kim to have a nasty confrontation, all while the keeping up cameras were rolling.
Okay, no. Get out of here and go. Get the out of here and go. No one wants you in the shoot. I'm planning it.
You
I'm
guys
planning
just
the
be
shoot.
nice to each other.
So we don't want you in the shoot.
And that's when Kim insulted Kourtney in the way only a sister knows how.
I need Kourtney to not be so annoying with the stick up her ass like she runs this because she doesn't. She's the least exciting to look at.
Yikes, that was the put down of the century. If you have a sibling, you get this. These all-out brawls don't make for the best memories, but on the bright side, it helps you develop a thicker skin. With a house full of that many ladies, drama is unavoidable. Even Kris gets tossed into the mix. The youngest KarJenner gals have given their moms some major attitude, and you know you've done the same before too. Sometimes you can't help but sass your mom. Kylie was giving Kris the silent treatment for 2 weeks, so Kris decided to remedy that by inviting Kylie on a road trip to San Diego. But Kylie wasn't thrilled about the idea.
That 2-hour drive really doesn't get me excited.
Which is when Kris laid down the law.
I'm your mom, and I'm telling you now that I want you to go with me to San Diego and you don't have a choice.
Mama Kris really putting her foot down. Let's also talk about the time Kendall threw attitude at her mom after she found out Kris was going to follow her to Fashion Week. Kris wanted to be there to support Kendall in case she got nervous or needed someone to talk to, but Ken was looking forward to getting some time away from her big family.
You're going to Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Why? Why are you following me everywhere? That's like my time to like get away from home. I'm dead serious.
I feel sort of bad for Kris here. She was just being an overprotective mom and Kendall got so snappy with her, but in a way, I get it. Kris does like to be all up in her daughter's business and Kendall was just looking forward to some time away. You know that when a family fights this fiercely with one another, they'll go twice as hard on someone else who has wronged one of them. Case in point, Tristan Thompson. Kim was all of us when she was in the delivery room during Khloe's labor. Totally unsure of how to react to Tristan's presence, she stuck her tongue out at the athlete and awkwardly snickered. The fact that she was able to keep herself together that much and not just physically attack Tristan right then and there is pretty impressive, I have to say. Khloe's struggle with Tristan's infidelity is also something that a lot of people can relate to. It may not be a universal problem we all face, but I'm sure her fans who have also been betrayed appreciated Khloe's candor when talking about the drama in her family. Khloe's been pretty open about a lot of things, including her experience breastfeeding and how it wasn't easy for her at all. In fact, she had to stop breastfeeding earlier than she originally wanted to because she wasn't producing enough milk. In a tweet, she openly discussed her decision to stop breastfeeding, saying, quote, "It was really hard for me to stop emotionally, but it wasn't working for my body, sadly. 60% of women stop breastfeeding earlier than they want to, so Khloe's not alone in this, but it's still a taboo subject. She wasn't producing enough breast milk for her baby and found the stress of feeding to be too much, so she switched over to formula, which is totally normal, common, and acceptable." I love how she was willing to talk about it and let other women know that she deals with the same problems that they do. Next up, the KarJenners know a good selfie op when they see one, and hey, a lot of us will stop at nothing to snap the perfect photo. Kim might have taken it a little too far when she started taking pictures of herself while Khloe was on the way to jail. After Khloe was charged with driving under the influence, she was supposed to do community service, but missed several sessions due to her busy schedule. So to make up for it, the judge slapped her with a 30-day prison sentence. On her way to the jailhouse, she brought her family with her, and Kim decided it was the perfect opportunity to get a new Facebook profile pic.
Kim, would you stop taking pictures of yourself? Your sister's going to jail.
Hey, when that lighting is perfect, you gotta take advantage. It's moments like these when you gotta give your sister a little dose of reality, and how good does it feel when you do? Kourtney gave Kim a reality check after she started having a meltdown when her earring fell off in the ocean.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry! My diamond earring! What's wrong with you guys? My diamond earring came off in the ocean and it's gone. Kim, there's people that are dying.
Kourtney always knows how to give her sisters a wake-up call, though I have to admit, if I just lost $75,000 earrings in the freaking ocean, I'd be ugly crying too. But hey, you gotta appreciate your sisters for bringing you back down to earth, huh? Khloe served Kim another daily dose of reality when she called Kim out on this incident 10 years later.
I'd upgraded that pair of diamond studs.
Is this a relatable story?
Work really hard. I worked really hard. I mean, it's not relatable, but it was what I went through and it was why I was crying, so I'm just being honest.
Yeah, the whole having means to buy $75,000 diamond earrings is completely unrelatable, but the experience of losing something you value totally is something we've all been through. And then Khloe's snarky moment is such a classic sister move. Finally, to round out our most relatable KarJenner moments, let's talk about how Rob re-gifted a present from Kendall. The re-gift. We've all done it at least once in our lives. Kendall apparently gave her brother an iPad, keyboard, and pen, which he promptly turned around and gave to Blac Chyna, a slap in the face for Kendall.
I gave that to him for Christmas.
Did you give him a keyboard or no?
Yes, a keyboard, a pen, and an iPad for Christmas.
Kim, you're gonna die right now. He re-gifted Kendall's birthday
I'm so
gift.
mad. I would have given that to someone else.
So instead of ignoring it, Kendall decided to confront Rob and demand to get the iPad back.
Yo, can I have my iPad back? No, for Bible, I want my iPad, my pen, and my keyboard back.
It escalated quite a bit from there.
1, I'm annoyed. 2, I'm actually hurt that you re-gifted my gift that I went out of the way to give you.
It sucks when someone re-gifts something you thoughtfully bought for them, but how epic was Kendall's reaction? The KarJenners don't seem like your average family. They all live in massive houses, wear designer clothing, take fabulous vacations, and have no shortage of funds to support their travels and hobbies and interests. But beneath all the luxury, they're just like all of us, fighting with each other, pranking one another, serving sass when it's necessary. They've been through some pretty real, raw, and hilarious moments that definitely aren't far off from our own lives. What was your favorite moment from this list? Are there any other relatable KarJenner moments that I missed? Let me know in the comments. And before you go, make sure you subscribe to Hollyscoop, give that bell a tap, and if you like this video, press the thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Devin Howard, and I'll see you later.